Hello everyone, in today's video I will be sharing about biofilm breakers or biofilm disruptors. I got asked this question in my detox program, so I'll be sharing with you today. Biofilm, what is biofilm? It's a layer of protection where parasites, fungi, bad bacteria, viruses, microorganisms that are bad in nature reside, and they shield themselves from the immune system, and they can be very resistant to any treatment, anti-parasitic treatment. So this is the biofilm. And where the biofilm resides in the body, basically everywhere in the body, but mostly in the digestive system, more precisely in the intestines. That's because the immune system, you probably heard about 70 to 80% of the immune system resides in the gut. You heard that, right? A lot. That's because the flora, the microbiome, and also parasitic infections, the good guys, the bad guys, reside in the gut. So it's a continuous battle in the gut for supremacy. So if the good guys are in charge, we're healthy. If the bad guys like parasites, parasitic infections, mold, and so on are in charge, then we get sick. So that's why most of the biofilm resides in the gut, in the intestines. And it's very important to break this biofilm so we can expose the parasites so they become vulnerable, so we can expel them out of our body, especially our gut. So that's number one in the digestive system. Then another biofilm, another type of biofilm, it resides and it can be found in the sinuses or respiratory tract. That's why a lot of sinus infections is connected to the biofilm, okay? Plus parasites migrate a lot, and then you can feel some activity in the sinus area. It's because of the parasitic infections and the biofilm there. Also, urinary tract or reproductive organs, UTI, okay, it's because of the biofilm. Issues with reproductive organs or candida also has to do with, by the way, candida and parasites are always found together, never separate. It's candida overgrowth. It's also because of biofilm. In the mouth, like your dental plaque, when you go to the dentist and they scrape that dental plaque, it's biofilm. That's another one, all right? If you have any implants, like women, implants or any medical devices, the biofilm attaches itself to those implants or medical devices, okay? So I prefer biofilm disruptors that are natural. I don't really use any medication, and people in my program, that's what detoxing basically is getting rid of toxins, not putting more toxins in the body. A lot of supplements these days, unfortunately, are toxic. So the best way to do is to really go for natural. The closest to earth you are, the closer to earth you are, the more you detox your body, and the safer it is, I should say. So saying that, there are some supplements that I want to mention as a biofilm disruptors. However, I don't really like to use supplements unless I travel or unless it's kind of like emergency. But other than that, I prefer to stay naturally, and that's why I teach in my detox programs natural ways and recipes you can make yourself to create these biofilm disruptors and biofilm breakers. NAC, it's one of the supplements that you can, people use for biofilm disruptors. Also enzymes, some people use enzymes as biofilm disruptors. Coconut oil, it's a natural biofilm breaker. And I don't know if you heard, a lot of people are using oil pulling with coconut oil first thing in the morning. So what they do, they cleanse their mouth of biofilm and infections. So coconut oil, it is a great biofilm disruptor. However, if you have like metal or dental fillings, it can be very tricky. So do your own research. I don't really use coconut oil. I used in the past, it was great. But in the morning for me right now, I scrape my tongue so I can release some of the biofilm on the tongue, and then I'm using a little bit of clove oil or peppermint oil, so as a biofilm breaker, and then I swish my mouth with a little bit of water and then I spit. So that's one of the natural biofilm breaker for the mouth. Apple cider vinegar can be a good biofilm disruptor. However, a lot of people have issues, especially with the teeth. They can weaken the teeth, so you have to dilute the apple cider vinegar. Apple cider vinegar is great for the gut, mostly for the gut, for good promoting the healthy bacteria, the healthy microbiome. Another one is garlic, but it's kind of like tricky to use the garlic, especially if you're very social. But also what you can do, you can always change and use different biofilm breakers. Another one is citrus pectin. And in my detox program, I teach people how to make the citrus pectin. And also I use it myself. I freeze it. I make it in a form of tea. Actually, the idea of going through a proper detox using natural binders and natural biofilm breakers and enemas and everything, it's the key. Because people are just trying to eradicate parasites and they do more harm than good because they're not preparing the body. So it is important to know how to do it the right way, the right order, the sequencing, the timing. Parasites have cycles. It is important to hit their cycles. It's important. That's why you guys, I mean, you're invited to join our program. It's an absolutely incredible program, very detailed, and you're not gonna mess, you're not gonna guess like I guessed for, I don't know, 20 plus years. I tried testing and guessing and it didn't work until the very end that I kind of like put everything together, and now I have the program that I'm sharing with people, and it's very successful with a lot of results. Okay, going back to other biofilm breakers. So you mentioned citrus pectin, and if you come to my program, you will get the recipe not only for the citrus pectin but for the other biofilm breakers that I really love and people in my programs love. Oregano oil is another biofilm breaker, but you have to be very careful with oregano oil. You cannot use it for more than like maximum 2 weeks because it can destroy the lining of your gut. This is how potent oregano oil is. And you also have to dilute with other oils, but then it kind of like defeats the purpose because we don't want oils first thing in the morning. Then black cumin seed is another good oil, but then again, we try not to use too many oils, especially when we detox the liver. And another biofilm breaker would be berberine, but then again, it's in a form of supplement. So there are different phases on how to detox the body, the timing, the sequences. For example, in my program, we start with pretoxing, then we move into the liver detox and the lymphatic system with a total different method that other people are using, because people are taking supplements and they think that they detox the liver, which is not the right way. You have to go on a detox, like a proper detox with foods. And a lot of people are using this method of olive oil and Epsom salt and citrus or apple, but that's not a liver detox. There is a gallbladder cleanse. That's totally different, which, by the way, we address in the parasite detox course. So the entire program is pretoxing liver and lymphatic system and kidneys, and then we move into parasitic infections. And it's an order on how to really do these things. There's an entire protocol or guidelines, if you will, because as I mentioned, you don't want to start, going after parasites and then you create more harm than good. Because when you try to eradicate parasites, they will release gases, they will release metabolic waste, and it can create a lot of issues in the body, and you can feel like crap, you can feel really awful, and that's not what we want. We want to follow a sequence, we want to follow a protocol, one step at a time, and increase gradually as you go. I hope that you're going to join the program. I'm going to put a link below this video, and I hope that you enjoy this. And if you enjoy, click link, like it. That's what I meant. And share it with friends and family. We detox and then we heal. That's all I can tell you. Naturally. Remember, naturally. People are coming to my programs and then ask, hey, how can I take this horse paste, whatever? How can I don't know. I'm not a doctor. All we can do is detox naturally. Detoxing naturally with real foods is the key to your health. Wishing blessings and peace, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.